I wanted to share something that happened to us last night that I think might offer a profound lesson into our lives. Last night, my son's 9-year-old baseball team that I coach alongside my father, they lost a gut-wrenching game to the best team in the league in the last inning. We were winning by 5 runs the whole way, sticking with this great team, and then we couldn't keep it up and gave up the game by allowing 7 runs in the last inning. And after the game, I looked at the kids, and they were truly despondent. They were very upset. They were sad. And I was wondering to myself, what's going on with these kids that they're so pained by this loss? It was, after all, a regular season game, not even a playoff game. It's only 9-year-old recreational baseball for Southeast Denver. In the big scheme of things, it's not such a big deal. Why was this so bad for them? And I thought to myself, the reason why is because these kids understood that they completely had the ability and potential to have won that game. They saw that they were within striking distance of finishing and completing the win. And they gave it up and they lost. And that hurt a lot. Sometimes in life, there's things that we would like to see happen, but it's beyond the spectrum of what's within reach. It's beyond what's within reality. It's beyond realistic. That's why when the Colorado Rockies ever lose a game, I feel nothing, because I expect nothing of them. But when you expect and think that you truly can win, then when you don't, it hurts a lot. There's actually, for those who follow the NHL hockey, and hopefully the Avalanche will bring home the cup in a couple of weeks, but the New York Rangers last night suffered also a gut-wrenching loss in the last 2 minutes of the game that very well might tilt the series towards Tampa Bay's favor. And after the game, there was a video of a fellow on ESPN.com sitting there miserable. It had really sad music. You didn't know what to laugh or to cry for the guy. And the reason he was so upset, I think, is because he saw his team was in striking distance. He saw they were close. And when they didn't, when that potential was unfulfilled, that was awful. It was a miserable feeling. And I think that, that's really what's going on here with these kids as well, is that they saw they could win. And when they didn't, when that potential was not fulfilled, it was a very sad time for them. So I think there's a few lessons. One of the lessons is that in life, all of us are chelek elokam mimal. We're a portion of God from above. We're part of God. Our souls are divine and pristine and pure and amazing and part of God himself. We have immense potential. And in our lives, we have to see to it that we realize that potential, that we fulfill that potential. And if God forbid we don't, that's devastating. Just to conclude with an idea about this week's Parsha that I think might relate. So we know that there's the Nazir, the Nazirite, who takes a vow where he grows out his hair and he abstains from wine and grape products. And after the term of his Nazirus, after this 30 days or however many days he pledges to be a Nazir, he has to bring a sin offering. Why does he have to bring a sin offering? It's a question that a lot of the rabbis ask. What did he do that was so sinful? So one explanation, the Meshech Chochmah says, he refrained from a lot of mitzvos. There's a lot of mitzvos he could no longer do, so that required a sin offering from abstaining from those. But there's another approach as well, which I thought was very beautiful. I think it was by the Rabbi Bachya, who explains that he was on such a high level before and such a lofty level that when he comes down to reality, he needs to. This is actually the Ramban who said this, but he needs to bring an offering for that to compensate for this new level that he's at. And the idea is, I think, that perhaps how this could relate to unfulfilled potential was that he had such a high level, and the Rabbeinu Bachya speaks to this as well. The Nazir was on this very intensely high spiritual level. And he needs to somehow bring that inspiration from that high level into his real life. And this korban, this chatas offering, the sin offering, helps kind of concretize that inspiration he had and enables him to carry it into the future. And I think that's so too when it comes to our potential as a person, that we have such high potential. We have the ability to do such wonderful things. And we have to remember that we have to fulfill that. We can't let it go. We can't let it slip. We can't let that inspiration, that potential we have slip aside. We have to move forward with that potential. We have to bring it into our real lives. We have to fulfill it. We have to realize it, because anything else, God forbid, is devastating. Unfulfilled potential is devastating. So I think perhaps maybe the korban that the Nazir brings helps him, realize that potential into his post-Nazirus life. And we have to do that too. We have to take any inspiration that we ever have, we have to carry that forward into our lives to realize that unbelievable God-given potential we have to be incredible people to change the world. Have a beautiful Shabbos.